The average American household spent $78,233 on consumer expenditures in 2024. That number is up 5.1% from the year before. During the same period, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, wages grew by 3.8%. Run that gap forward a few years, and you understand why so many people who are working harder than ever feel like they're falling further behind. Spending is accelerating faster than earning. The math is not working in your favor. But the raw inflation number only tells part of the story. A significant portion of that $78,000 is going toward categories that have quietly transformed from reasonable purchases into precision-engineered financial traps. Products and services that made genuine sense 5 years ago have changed their pricing structure, their business model, or their underlying value proposition in ways that most people haven't stopped to recalculate. Inflation alone doesn't account for it. Corporate pricing strategies have grown more sophisticated. Subscription architectures have multiplied. Convenience fees now stack on top of convenience fees, on top of service fees, on top of tips. The economic rules most people internalize during their formative years no longer apply to the economy they're actually operating in. Some purchases that felt completely normal in 2021 are now quietly working against your wealth accumulation every single week. This breakdown covers 12 categories that are no longer worth your money in 2026. Some will be obvious. Several will create recognition that's uncomfortable. Every single one is draining bank accounts across the country while delivering measurably less value than it once did. Knowing where the money is going is the first step toward redirecting it. Number 1, food delivery apps. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub. These platforms reshaped how Americans access food. They also reshaped how much Americans pay for it. Delivery platforms charge restaurants commission fees ranging from 15 to 30% on every order processed through their system. Restaurants don't absorb that cost. They pass it to customers through elevated menu prices. Research has consistently found that items on delivery apps run approximately 25% higher than the same items ordered directly or purchased in store. And that's before the actual delivery fees begin. Delivery fee, service fee, small order fee if your total falls below a threshold, surge pricing during peak hours in busy areas, a tip for the driver that social pressure has pushed toward 20 to 25%. A meal that costs $13 at the restaurant itself routinely reaches $24 through the app. That's an 85% premium for someone else to drive it to your door. According to research from Gordon Haskett, delivery app prices increased another 8 to 12% between 2023 and 2025 alone. The gap between app pricing and direct pricing keeps widening, not narrowing. The convenience argument was defensible when delivery was occasional. When it becomes 2, 3, 4 times a week, the math turns destructive. Someone ordering delivery 3 times weekly at a $14 premium per order spends an additional $2,184 annually, not on food, on the delivery infrastructure around food. That $2,184 invested at 8% annual returns over 20 years becomes roughly $10,900 per year of the habit. The apps are engineered to prevent this calculation from happening. Subscription services like DashPass create the psychological impression of savings while reinforcing consistent usage. The interfaces minimize every friction point between impulse and completed order. In 2026, regular food delivery is not a food expense. It is a recurring transfer from your bank account to the shareholders of logistics companies. The occasional order, when circumstances genuinely require it, makes sense. The weekly routine does not. Number 2, new cars. The moment a new vehicle leaves the dealership lot, it loses approximately 20% of its value. On a $48,000 purchase, close to the current average new car price, that is $9,600 gone before you've made a single payment. Within the first 12 months, depreciation typically reaches 25 to 30%. Your $48,000 vehicle is now worth $33,000 to $36,000. You have lost more than a year of rent for most Americans in the time it took you to learn the dashboard controls. For buyers who financed most of the purchase, Negative equity arrives almost immediately. You owe more than the car is worth. Selling requires bringing cash to close the gap. You are effectively locked into the loan. 5-year-old vehicles occupy a position that new car buyers systematically ignore. The steepest appreciation has already been absorbed by the original owner. These vehicles typically don't require major repairs yet. Modern cars comfortably reach 150,000 to 200,000 miles with basic maintenance. Buy a reliable 5-year-old vehicle. Drive it for 3 or 4 years. Sell before the repair probability curve rises significantly. The depreciation you experience during ownership is minimal compared to what you would have paid in the first 12 months of a new car. The average new car monthly payment reached $738 in late 2025, according to Edmunds. That is $8,856 annually, before insurance, fuel, or maintenance costs. Buying used with cash eliminates that payment entirely and redirects nearly $9,000 per year toward actual asset accumulation. Consistent research on millionaire behavior confirms this pattern. The typical millionaire drives a Toyota, Honda, or Ford. The median price paid for their vehicle is $31,367. They understand that a vehicle is transportation infrastructure, not identity infrastructure. New cars in 2026 are depreciation traps wearing the costume of lifestyle upgrades. Number 3, sit-down restaurants as a weekly habit. Restaurant prices have increased 35% since 2019, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data. A standard burger at a casual sit-down restaurant now costs $16 to $22 in most urban markets. Add a drink and a starter, and a single person approaches $40 before tip. 2 people at a reasonable dinner with beverages lands at $100 to $140 with any regularity. That same dinner cost $50 to $60 5 years ago. The price doubled. The portion didn't grow. The experience didn't improve. Service quality, if anything, declined as restaurants navigate persistent staffing pressures. Beverages represent the most extreme margin extraction in the entire restaurant model. A $15 cocktail contains approximately $2 in ingredients. A $5 soda cost the restaurant roughly 20 cents. Coffee with markups that exceed 2,000%. These add-ons exist precisely because food margins have compressed, and the business model depends on beverage revenue to survive. The time dimension compounds the cost. A sit-down dinner requires 90 minutes to 2 hours. The same quality of meal prepared at home takes 25 to 35 minutes and costs a fraction of the price. A family spending $200 weekly on dining, not unusual in high-cost markets, spends $10,400 annually on the habit. Cooking at home, even with high-quality ingredients, reduces that number to approximately $600 per month. The savings exceed $3,000 annually, while the nutritional quality typically improves. Celebration meals and genuine experiences retain their value. The weekly restaurant visit that has simply become default behavior does not. Number 4, maintaining all streaming services simultaneously. The original streaming proposition was elegant. Cancel cable, pay $8 per month for Netflix, access more content than you could ever watch. That value equation collapsed years ago and has not recovered. Netflix Standard now costs $15.49 monthly. Disney Plus runs $13.99, Hulu $17.99, HBO Max $15.99, Amazon Prime Video $8.99, Apple TV Plus $9.99, Peacock $7.99, Paramount Plus $11.99. Subscribing to all major platforms now costs over $100 monthly, $1,200 annually, exceeding what many households paid for cable, the product they canceled to save money. Content fragmentation is deliberate strategy, not coincidence. The show you want moves from one platform to another. The film you've been waiting for lands exclusively on a service you don't currently subscribe to. Sports packages require separate subscriptions entirely. Each platform invests in exclusive content specifically designed to make cancellation feel impossible. They are collectively reconstructing the cable bundle, charging separately for each piece of what used to be one bill. The average American household now subscribes to 4.5 streaming services, according to Deloitte's 2025 Digital Media Trends report. That's $60 to $75 monthly for screen entertainment. The solution exists and requires only the discipline to execute it. Subscribe to one service. Watch everything relevant on that platform. Cancel. Subscribe to the next. Rotate sequentially, rather than maintaining all simultaneously. This approach costs $12 to $18 monthly and provides access to the same content, simply on a slightly delayed timeline. The entire game the platforms are playing depends on you maintaining subscriptions out of habit and inertia. Refusing to do so costs them, not you. Number 5, fast food at current prices. Fast food was built on a single value proposition: cheap food, fast. That proposition no longer exists. A standard meal at McDonald's costs $12 to $15 in most markets. A Chipotle bowl approaches $15. Taco Bell, historically the floor of fast food pricing, now charges $10 to $12 for a basic meal. Fast food prices have increased 55% since 2019. Menu prices rose nearly 10% in 2023 alone, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data. Remove the low-cost element, and what remains is convenient food with poor nutritional value at premium prices. For $14, a home-prepared meal using real ingredients, vegetables, protein, whole grains, is achievable in 20 minutes. The time difference is negligible. The quality difference is significant. The cost difference is the entire original justification for the category. The regular fast food customer spends $3,000 to $5,000 annually on a category that is simultaneously damaging their health and failing to deliver on its foundational promise. Fast food made sense at $4 to $6 per meal. At $13 to $15, it fails every honest assessment of value. Number 6, flagship generation tech purchases. The current iPhone costs approximately $1,200. It takes marginally better photographs than the model released 2 years before it. It runs identical applications at speeds indistinguishable in everyday use. It provides the same fundamental experience. The performance gap between smartphone generations has narrowed to near zero for average users. The difference between a current flagship and a 2-generation-old device is functionally undetectable during normal use. Texting, email, navigation, social media, photography, at any non-professional level. Yet millions of people spend $1,200 annually on imperceptible upgrades. Planned obsolescence accelerates the pressure. Software updates degrade performance on older devices. Battery degradation is engineered into the replacement timeline. Repair costs are deliberately priced to approach replacement costs. The entire ecosystem is constructed to normalize 2-year replacement cycles. The intelligent approach? Purchase technology 1 or 2 generations behind the current release. A refurbished iPhone 14 costs approximately half what a new iPhone 16 costs. The performance difference in daily use is undetectable. Someone replacing flagship phones on a 2-year cycle spends roughly $600 annually on depreciation alone, money that compounds into tens of thousands of dollars over a career. For camera performance, no one would notice in their actual photographs. This principle extends beyond phones. Laptops, tablets, televisions, and smart home devices all follow the same pattern. 3-year-old technology performs the same tasks. The marketing difference is the only meaningful distinction. Number 7, expensive weddings funded by debt. The average American wedding costs approximately $35,000, according to the Knott's 2024 Real Weddings study. That is $35,000 for one day, one event, approximately 6 hours. Research consistently identifies money as the leading cause of divorce. Beginning a marriage $35,000 in debt, or $35,000 below where your savings should be, is a structurally strange way to start a partnership that will be financially tested for decades. The wedding industry has industrialized emotional manipulation. The word wedding attached to any product or service functions as a multiplier. Photographers charge double for wedding photography versus family portraits. Floral arrangements triple in price when ordered for a ceremony. A venue that books at $500 for a corporate event prices at $5,000 for a wedding reception. You are not paying for elevated quality. You are paying for the label, and the emotional leverage it provides. Emory University research found that couples spending $50,000 or more on a wedding are 46% more likely to divorce than couples spending under $10,000. Correlation is not causation, but the pattern is worth acknowledging. A legally valid ceremony costs courthouse filing fees. A backyard reception with people you actually care about creates genuine memories. The marriage is what matters. The event announcing it does not need to cost the equivalent of a down payment on a home. If you can fund a $35,000 wedding from savings without affecting retirement contributions, emergency reserves, or other financial objectives, spend whatever you want. If those funds are going on credit cards or eliminating your financial cushion, you are trading long-term stability for photographs that do not compound. Number 8, luxury travel beyond your financial means. Domestic round-trip airfare has increased 30 to 40% since 2019. International flights have followed similar trajectories. A week-long vacation for two, flights, accommodation, food, activities, routinely reaches $4,000 to $6,000. A family Disney trip averages $8,000 to $10,000 for 1 week, according to current travel industry surveys. For a household earning $55,000, that Disney trip represents approximately 18% of gross income. After taxes, closer to 25% of take-home pay for 7 days. Travel has genuine value. Experiences produce memories in ways material purchases rarely do. Exposure to different places and perspectives enriches life in measurable ways. The problem is not travel itself. The problem is travel funded by credit cards that accumulate interest long after the memories have faded. The average American cannot cover a $1,000 emergency, according to Bankrate data. Significant numbers of those same households take multi-thousand-dollar vacations on credit. The dopamine of the trip becomes months of minimum payments afterward. Budget travel delivers most of the experience at a fraction of the cost. Road trips replace flights. Short-term rentals replace resort hotels. Local food replaces resort restaurants. The premium travel industry has discovered that sufficient numbers of people will pay whatever is charged. You are not required to be among them. Travel within your actual means creates genuine enjoyment. Travel beyond your means creates debt statements that keep arriving long after you've forgotten what you ordered at the resort. Number 9, buy now, pay later financing for consumer purchases. Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay. These services have made financing available for virtually everything. $45 sneakers, $180 kitchen appliances, $35 skincare products. The pitch is engineered to sound reasonable. Split into 4 payments, no interest if you pay on time, easy and frictionless. These services exist because they are profitable. They are profitable because users spend more, miss payments, and accumulate debt they would not have taken on if required to pay the full amount up front. Research shows buy now, pay later users spend 10 to 40% more than they would paying immediately. The psychological mechanism is straightforward. $180 feels expensive. 4 payments of $45 feel manageable. Your brain processes the smaller number and approves purchases it would otherwise decline. Nearly 40% of buy now, pay later users have missed at least one payment, according to Federal Reserve Bank survey data. Late fees accumulate. Some services charge interest on remaining balances. The free financing becomes carrying costs. The underlying principle that has always been valid remains valid. If you cannot pay for something with cash, you cannot actually afford it. Exceptions exist for homes and occasionally vehicles, durable assets whose utility extends across years. Financing a jacket or a blender is debt for consumption. Consumption debt is the worst category of financial obligation because the asset continues depreciating while the balance accrues interest. Every payment plan is designed to extract money you have not yet earned. The companies offering these services are not extending convenience. They are building revenue models on the gap between what you want today and what you can actually pay for. Number 10, branded consumer products, where the premium is purely marketing. A container of Tide laundry detergent costs $12 to $15. The store brand equivalent, frequently manufactured in the same facility under contract, costs $6 to $8. Cleaning performance across independent testing is virtually indistinguishable. This pattern repeats across the entire consumer packaged goods category. Cereals, pasta sauces, cleaning supplies, over-the-counter medications. The brand commands a premium that has no relationship to product efficacy and direct relationship to advertising investment and brand recognition engineering. Consumer Reports testing consistently finds store brands matching or exceeding name brand performance across most categories. Generic ibuprofen contains identical active ingredients at identical concentrations to Advil, at approximately half the price. The premium funds marketing campaigns, whose purpose is to convince you the premium is justified. The logic is circular. The extraction is real. Average household spending on consumer packaged goods runs $5,000 to $7,000 annually. Switching systematically to store brands across product categories saves 25 to 40%, returning $1,500 to $2,500 annually for products that perform identically. Designer clothing takes this to its logical extreme. A plain crewneck sweatshirt from a recognized luxury brand costs $800 to $1,200. The same garment, without the embroidered label, costs $35 to $55. The material quality difference is marginal to non-existent. The price difference is entirely a payment for the privilege of displaying someone else's brand at your own expense. Number 11, subscription boxes. The subscription box industry grew from novelty to a $32 billion market on the back of one reliable psychological mechanism. People love surprises. Boxes for skincare, snacks, pet products, grooming supplies, wine, books, clothing, selected by an algorithm. The dopamine of opening an unknown package triggers the same reward circuitry as gambling. The anticipation consistently exceeds the satisfaction of the actual contents. The math reliably does not favor the subscriber. A typical box costs $25 to $50 monthly. The retail value of the contents is lower than that. This is how the business generates margins. You are paying above market prices for randomly selected items curated by someone else, many of which you would not have chosen if given the choice. Cancellation is deliberately engineered to be difficult. The industry understands that inertia maintains subscriptions well past the point where the subscriber has lost genuine interest. Credit card statements show monthly charges for boxes sitting unopened on shelves. Marketing vocabulary around these services relies on artificial scarcity, limited edition items, and urgency-based language. The psychological architecture is intentional. If you want specific products, purchasing them directly costs less than receiving them through a subscription. If you enjoy the surprise element, understand clearly that you are paying a significant premium for entertainment, not value. These services are not saving you money on products you would have bought anyway. They are extracting recurring revenue through psychological triggers, while delivering items whose aggregate value is below what you paid. Number 12, premium coffee drinks as a daily habit. A customized drink at Starbucks costs $7 to $9 in most current markets. A standard brewed coffee starts at $3 to $4. Any modification, and you approach $6 to $7. Coffee brewed at home from quality beans costs approximately 25 to 50 cents per cup. Even specialty single-origin beans rarely exceed $1 per cup when prepared at home. The daily premium coffee habit, at a modest $6 per drink, costs $2,190 annually. Someone preparing coffee at home for 50 cents daily spends $182.50 per year. The difference is $2,007 annually for the same caffeine delivery. Invested at 8% annual returns across 30 years, that $2,007 annual difference compounds to approximately $245,000 for coffee made at home rather than purchased from a corporation that has identified the precise amount people will pay before reconsidering. The premium coffee shops are not primarily selling coffee. They are selling ambient experience, social ritual, and the status signal of being the kind of person who shops there. Understanding this clearly doesn't make the choice wrong, it makes it conscious. If a daily visit genuinely improves your day enough to justify $2,190 annually and $245,000 over your working life, that is a calculation only you can make. But most people making this purchase have never run those numbers. The habit formed before the arithmetic was ever examined. The 12 categories above share a set of common features that identify them as modern financial traps. They exploit convenience, removing friction between impulse and purchase until the spending becomes automatic. They leverage status signaling, charging premiums that fund the perception of quality rather than quality itself. They exploit psychological triggers, subscription models built on inertia, BNPL built on number framing, boxes built on anticipation, apps built on the elimination of friction, and they depend entirely on the consumer not running the numbers. Running the numbers disrupts every single one of these models. Each category on this list represents somewhere between $1,000 and $3,000 annually. Combine 4 or 5, and you are looking at $8,000 to $15,000 in annual spending that delivers minimal, lasting value. Money that, redirected consistently, builds the financial security that most people believe they cannot afford to create. The economy in 2026 is structured to capture unconscious spending. Algorithms are built to surface purchase triggers at precisely the moments of lowest resistance. Marketing budgets exist to manufacture desire for things that would not naturally be desired. Financing mechanisms are engineered to remove the psychological friction of not having sufficient funds. Every structural force in the consumer economy points toward more spending by you and more revenue for the companies that have studied your behavior more carefully than you have studied their pricing. Your only durable defense against this system is the same one it is designed to prevent: awareness. Knowing what things actually cost, knowing what they are actually worth, knowing the difference between those two numbers, and deciding deliberately which side of the gap you want to be on. None of the 12 categories covered here are inherently wrong. Some may genuinely improve your life enough to justify their current costs. The question is not whether anyone should ever spend money in these categories. The question is whether you made a conscious decision to do so, or whether the spending simply accumulates while your attention is elsewhere. Your money is either building your future or funding the business models of companies that have bet you won't notice the difference. In 2026, the gap between those two outcomes is larger than it has ever been. Noticing is worth more than most people realize.